Welcome in another video of Power BI tutorial. In this video we are going to talk about chart visualization. We have our Power BI up and we have already imported data from AdventureWorks DW 2012 to Power BI. Now in this video my goal is to go over the chart visualizations. Chart visualization is fairly simple visualization where it only takes one value. So to use this, we are going to double click on it so we get a chart visual on our canvas. So what I wanted to do on this is have our sales amount. So this gives us a sum of all the sales amount on the sales fact table as a sum. So here we see our sales amount. What this does is it adds up all the sales amount and gives us the value, single value. So if we see the little arrow here, it's summing up, and some KPIs you might be needing to average, find a minimum, maximum, or count if it's not addable. You can also do a standard deviation, variance, and median. So for now we are good with this visual. Now we are going to different formatting options of this visual. So to format a visual, we can go to the formatting pane here. So the first one is the data label. So the data label is, we can give a different color to this, something like red, or a different color as you please. The next is the display. Do we want to show some kind of precision on a number, or we do not want anything? We can just have the whole number popped up and how many decimal places we want. We can specify the decimal places here on the next section. Here we can do 10 or 1 or none, so we don't have any decimal place now. This lets us change the text size. Let me make it a little bigger here. The text size, so we can make the number bigger or smaller. So let's leave it at 40 for now. Here you can change the font. Family, let me put this font here. So the next is the category. Category is usually the column name. I can disable that or enable that. We can also add different colors to it. Something like more prominent color. Let me make it something like blue. And you can change the size of that as well. You can also change the font family as you did on the data level. Here you can do enable or disable word wrap. As a title, it's off currently. We can turn the title on and say total sales amounts. So I have my total sales amount, and this will be coming up here. And you can change the font color on this, something like white. We can have a blue background, light blue. We can change the alignment of the title, something to be in the middle, and we can also change the text size. The background, so background is off by default. We can select some kind of background, and also set a transparency flag. Here we have the aspect ratio. Aspect ratio is helpful when you are changing the size of the canvas, so that it does not change, you can turn it on. And here's the border. Border was currently off. Now we have enabled the border, and it's black in color, so we can see the black border around our visual. So the last option here is the general. We can also change where this visual resides. If you go towards the right, the number increases. That's the X position. If we go towards down and up, the Y position changes. So if we can either manually drag and drop, or we can change the size position of the X and Y. So if I do 0, X position to be 0, it's all the way to the left. If I do 0 on the Y, it'll be all the way on the top and all the way on the left. I can change the width to be 23. So it changes the width accordingly. It didn't change for some reason, but I can make it low. I can make it 500 so that it becomes bigger. I can also do that by using those arrows here, and I can also do the width and the height. So height, I can change it from here, or I can change it from here as well. Alternative text, ALT text, is something used by screen readers. If you're visually impaired, I do not exactly know the details, but it's used by screen reader. They have that option here now from the June release. That concludes the card visual and its formatting. So we'll see you on the next video.